Hi Gemini, welcome to Tarot-blee Accurate. If you're new, thanks for tuning in. I hope that you stick around and you become a subscriber and you like these videos and you share them with your friends. And if you've already done that, thank you so much for doing that. This is the reason why I do these. But generally, my intention for doing these is to help people kind of navigate their own lives and to get through their struggles and kind of just reaffirm what you already know on your gut level on your own intuition and to be able to follow that, okay? So it's become apparent to me in the last little bit here that there's an immediate need for some of you to have a reading of this nature. It's not one that we usually do, but it's one that's just needed at this point in time. There's a lot of changes going on universally, and some of us are experiencing blockages, and we can't really progress to the next level until we clear out and deal with the shit underneath. So we're doing what I like to call a Maslow's hierarchy of needs or Maslow's pyramid type of spread for you, okay? So thank you for all of your input and support, like I said, and when I talk about input, I mean for your votes on what readings to do next. I did get the message that we are to do the stop, drop, and rolls, and those are coming right after I do the love readings once these pyramid ones are done. So thank you for your input, and I'll get to those as soon as possible. But for now, this is what we're doing, and I'm sorry to keep chatting. We're going to get to the reading in a second here. Just wanted to say, those of you who are unfamiliar with the psychologist Abraham Maslow, he had this idea that, you know, in our lives, different challenges and stuff, we have this pyramid, right? And we have to meet our basic needs to move up towards being our best selves and having our best experiences and ultimate happiness and altruism, things like that. So for example, if you're at the bottom with your physiological needs, if those aren't being met, if you don't have oxygen to breathe and food to eat and a place to live, you certainly can't be worrying about helping other people and you know, having confidence and self-esteem, things like that. So you have to deal with those and kind of move up the pyramid. So a lot of you might come into this pyramid at a different level, and oftentimes in our lives we move up and down the pyramid. So regardless of where you come in, sorry I'm out of breath. I've been really ill the last few days, so bear with me. But wherever you come in on the pyramid, it's never a bad idea to reinforce kind of your structure so you can get up to the top, if that makes sense. Okay. So in this reading, that's what we're going to do, and we're going to start at the bottom with our physiological needs. What can we do to either help us meet those or to reinforce the stability of those? And we have the Knight of Swords, so that's taking action with what you already know that you have to do. We have this owl here who's jumping out on the card, and he's saying, you know, you're wise. You know, trust your logical thought. This is not about trusting your heart, your intuition, anything like that. It's more about having good communication, being honest with yourself, being honest with other people, and trusting your logical thought. So if you're not getting enough sleep and you know that, making sure that you get enough sleep. And it's just saying also, you know, not everything is going to work out the way that we want it to exactly all the time. Okay, so when things are upside down, worry about those basic needs first is kind of just what that's saying. Then moving on to the second part, sorry, I know that was very obvious, is safety. So safety is, you know, just generally being secure in your body, knowing that people aren't going to physically attack you, things like that, having steady employment, a place to live, enough money, you know, feeling safe to express your ideas with the people around you, making sure that you have your health, that sort of a thing. So what can we do to either meet these needs or reinforce them? And we have the Seven of Pentacles. And so this is a card of patience. This is saying that you've already invested what you needed to invest in order to reap the benefits. It's just like waiting for those to come through. So a good example of this is if you've been going to family counseling or family therapy, you know, you've laid down the groundwork, you've invested in your relationships. And so when it does pay off, which will be soon, it will pay off even more than you imagine. Because you see this basket she brought? It's not even big enough to hold one whole pentacle, as let alone like all seven. Does that make sense? Okay, so what you've been doing up until this point, it will pay off for you, so just keep going, but be patient. Then the other thing is to know that sometimes you are going to be heartbroken and you are going to be disappointed. But, you know, as long as you've kept on with your physiological needs, with the things underneath there, you can triumph from that. It's saying put yourself first and just communicate in a very positive way whenever you can. Try to focus on things that make you happy. And some of you actually have to get out in the sun more. Some of you are a little bit unbalanced with something in your life. So this is going to sound weird. Another sign had this too, but something about eating more citrus and being in the sun. That's going to help you. Now that's a step below at the physiological need, but that's going to help reinforce the second pillar as well. Then moving on to love and belonging. You know, that's your friendships, that's your family, that's your sexual intimacy, besties, things like that. Loving yourself, loving others. Queen of Pentacles. So this is like a very nurturing energy. This is kind of like the stay-at-home mom card is the way that I think about it. You know, doing well for others and feeling happy for that. Just general stability, day-to-day routine, feeding yourself well, nurturing others, that sort of a thing. And what else can we work on in love and belonging? We have the Nine of Pentacles. And so this is really for a lot of you sort of the need to love yourself more, okay? If you're not loving yourself, if you're not taking good care of yourself, reinforcing those bottom two pillars, got a car jumping out here, then it's very challenging for you to show love to other people if you're not loving yourself appropriately. You don't have that energy to give out, and that's where you're coming in on that. We have the Page of Pentacles too, so it's just kind of maybe communicating that where needed, if that makes sense. But some of you are just kind of lacking in routine, and that's going to be important for you also. I feel like a lot of you are stuck kind of teetering between these levels. It's like you're starting to inch up, and then you're coming back down a little bit. So for this month, I would say your biggest thing is self-love. That's what's coming out for me in this reading so far. Then moving on to Esteem. And this is probably where a lot of you want to be or are coming into with this whole message of self-love, because this is about your self-esteem, this is about your confidence, this is about how other people view and respect you. I don't know if you saw that little orb there. This is an important message for at least one of you. This is gaining respect, respecting others, that sort of a thing, okay? What do we have? Oh, you're going to get there. You're going to get there, but it's through self-love, okay? You can win the respect of other people if you do that. And again, this Page of Wands energy, where it's like some of you are maybe not saying to other people, hey, let's go do something fun. Let's go have a good time. Like, you need to maybe invite other people to do things. They're not going to just show up and come to you, but you gain their respect. And like when they see that you're taking care of yourself and that you want to have fun and a good time, you'll be invited to more things. Some of you are suffering in the friendship area, maybe not making loads and loads of friends as immediately as you would like to. You know, it's funny because we're in Esteem, and this is a card all about confidence. So it's, you know, seeing yourself as confident and worthy and fun and exciting, like a good person to be around before other people are going to look at you that way. But you have that card of reassurance there saying that others are looking at you and seeing you that way. So you're best served to see yourself that way. You know, the more you see yourself as really fun and exciting and a worthwhile person, the more that people are going to look at you that way. And then how do we got a little challenge here. The challenge is emotional investment. Is like, I want to see if this is for you or for other people. This is actually for you, okay? Now, emotionally, you have to take some sort of an action to invest in yourself. Like, you, on a very deep emotional level, you have to figure out what it is that you're going to do that's going to make you feel more confident and alive and have that like zest for life, if that makes sense. Okay, now to get to self-actualization, and that's the pinnacle, where you're your best self, where you don't judge others, others don't judge you, you learn from your mistakes, you accept things as they are, you're happy, your heart is open, you're radiating love, you're creative, you're have like an adventurous soul. How do we get there? It says, focus on doing things, hobbies, and this could even be your work, things that you love, things that are detail-oriented, things that are a little bit meticulous. And then this is kind of the law of attraction, like making your wishes, believing they'll come true, and you know what, they will, and they'll culminate into this even bigger, better thing than you ever imagined possible. Okay, this is where you find emotional balance and happiness. So I think the key for you, Gemini, this month is just to really love yourself first, and then everything kind of ascends and falls into place. So if you'd like a personal reading, some help with figuring out how to do this in your specific scenario, go ahead and reach out to me. My contact information is below, but otherwise I'll talk to you soon. See you for the love readings. Bye.